functional way to work your triceps while also using your core. So when you're doing a regular push-up, you're really using your core when you're in that high plank position as you lower yourself up and down, but also you're using your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. But when you're doing a tricep push-ups, your elbows are hugged in tight towards your rib cage, so you're focusing more on your triceps. It makes it a lot harder to use your chest. You're still using your chest, you're still using your shoulders, but you're focusing a lot more on your triceps. So if you notice in the demo, I'm bringing my hands really close together and I'm using an elevated surface to make sure that I can still focus on my core and I'm being in that high plank position. You can certainly do this on the ground, but for a lot of us, if you're just new to a tricep push-up, it may be really hard to push yourself up in this position. Woo, and you might even worm up. So I don't want you worming and I don't want you dropping to your knees if you have an elevated surface available to you. I'd rather you get that full long plank in your high plank position and then lower down into your tricep push-up rather than going to your knees, because then you're actually shortening that lever and not working your core as much as I would like you to. So they're both beneficial, but again, this is where you're going to take your fingertips pointing forward. So when you're doing a push-up, you're internally rotated ever so slightly so your elbows are out. But when you're in a tricep push-up, you're keeping your elbows in and then you're pushing everything up in one motion, keeping your core nice and tight as you come on up. Typically when I program this, it's earlier in the series. I have it in an elevated surface just because I want you to get a lot of reps, really get your form down, and then if you start to get stronger, when you start to get stronger, you can do it on the floor. But definitely do it on an elevated surface before you drop to your knees if you have one available to you.